But there's coming a time when there will be one sacrifice, and it will not cover, it will remove. Remove the sin. That's what this pointed to. So, verse 44, we're almost done. Outside the inner gate were the chambers for the singers. Oh, we got the worship team. This would not have been complete without the worship team. I'm so glad you guys are there. Anyway, whoever they are. The singers in the inner court. There's worship there. So, verse 45, did we get to verse 45? Let's just say we did. Then he said to me, this chamber which faces south is for the priests, who have charge of the temple. So we got the singers, the worship team. Now we've also got the priests. And Ezekiel would have really paid attention to this because, as you know, Ezekiel came from the priestly tribe. So there's the priests now who are in charge of and oversee the temple. The chamber, verse 46, which faces north, is for the priests who have charge of the altar. These are the sons of Zadok, from the sons of Levi, my son, Levi. Oh, actually, he wasn't born yet. Who come near the Lord to minister to him. Did you catch that? Did you ever think of it like that? I think it's Acts 13. They ministered to the Lord. Well, I thought the Lord ministered to us. No, he does. Yeah, we pray, Lord, bless me. Well, have you ever thought about blessing the Lord? Bless you, Lord. I want to minister to you. How do we minister to the Lord in our service of the Lord, in our worship to the Lord? It ministers to him. It blesses him. So those who come near the Lord to minister to him, and you can't minister to the Lord or bless the Lord without first coming near, drawing near to the Lord. When you draw near to the Lord, James says, he will in turn draw near to you. And verse 47, he measured the court 100 cubits long and 100 cubits wide, 4 square. The altar was in front of the temple. Verse 48, then he brought me to the vestibule of the temple and measured the doorposts of the vestibule, 5 cubits on this side and 5 cubits on that side. And the width of the gateway was 3 cubits on this side and 3 cubits on that side. It's kind of wide. The length, last verse 49, of the vestibule was 20 cubits and the width 11 cubits. And by the steps which led up to it there were pillars by the doorposts, one on this side and another on that side. The end. That's quite an abrupt end. It actually doesn't end. As you know, there were no chapter breaks in the original manuscript. So this is a continuation now, as we'll see in verse 41. So this is what's in store. You have to come next week after I tell you this. So basically, it's more of the same measurements, more of the same detail. No. Because what we're going to see next week, again, is very interesting. I know I started off this way. I might as well end this way. I think we do err greatly. To our own peril, we dismiss chapters like this under the banner of all of the minutia of the detail. And why do I need to know that it was 5 cubits? Why do I need to know it was that long and that wide and that tall? Because, number one, you're going to be there to see it. And when you get there, you better not say anything like this. What's that? Because then somebody's going to come to you and say, where did you go to church? Well, I went to Calvary Chapel, Kaneohe. What's this? No, I want you guys up there with your notebooks going, yeah, I know all about it. I can tell you what the measurements are. Oh, by the way, a lot of windows too. And then you could take the people that This is going to sound mean. I don't want it to come off this way. The people that went to other churches that don't teach the Bible book by book, chapter by chapter, verse by verse, that have no clue about Ezekiel chapter 40, and they're going to be surprised in the millennium when they look at the temple. And you could take them on a tour. Say, come on, come with me. I'll show you around. Oh, you know about this? Oh, yeah, because I went to... Anyway, is that bad? That's pride, yeah. But it's a healthy pride. It's a sanctified pride. I'm very humble about my pride. And as you know, I'm very proud of my humility as well. One last thing and we'll close, and I appreciate your patience. And I also appreciate your grace with my weird humor. Laughter is so medicinal, isn't it, though? Like the Proverbs say. It's medicinal, it's therapeutic, it's healing. So let's just, if you wouldn't mind, just in your mind, that God-given imagination that we all have, can you just picture with me what it's going to be like as we rule and reign with Christ and we're watching all of this play out? And we knew it in advance, because of Ezekiel chapter 40 and the chapters that follow, and because the focus is on Israel, not us. They're the ones that are going to be doing all of this in the temple, but we're going to be ruling and reigning with Christ for 1,000 years. Now don't let that go to your head, but how amazing is that? For 1,000 years? I mean, yeah, we're excited about the rapture, we're excited about all of eternity, but we're going to have 1,000 years ruling and reigning with Christ. And we're going to see, and for those of us who love Israel, and I know you do, this is going to be a fulfillment of the restoration of the Jewish people, God's people, for 1,000 years. This temple's for them. This temple's for them. And we get to get a preview of coming attractions. I think many of them are going to be surprised. They're going to go, what's this? Oh, it's for you. Wow. I didn't know about this. Well, you didn't read Ezekiel 40 then, did you? Am I taking it too far? Probably. Capono, come up and save me from myself. Why don't you stand? We'll close in prayer and song. Thank you again.